like Anioma and Etiti, while supporters say the additional states will promote fairness, development, and equity. Lawmakers stress that local consultation is essential before the final decisions are made. Okay, I think I should get deeper into the report before I share my views. The lawmakers reached the resolution at the end of a two-day retreat co-chaired by the Deputy President of the Senate, Barau Jibrin, and the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, in Lagos. And after considering 55 requests for state creation, the committee unanimously resolved that 6 additional states be created in the country. They considered a total of 69 bills, 55 state creation requests, 2 boundary adjustments, 278 local government creation requests during the retreat. And accordingly, if the recommendation comes through, it will increase our states from 36 to 42. So let me pretend that I don't know math just for a bit. The Southeasterners, the region known as the Igbos, have said they have the least number of states. 5. Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Ebonyi. And what's the last one? Abia. Now, if you are saying that you want to create 6 new states, one from each region, to create a balance, the Southeast will still have the least number of states because they get the same number as others who they claim have more states. And I'm not quite sure how that is a balance. It's like somebody has 50 and I have 10. And then you say, I'll give everybody 10. Now they have 60 and I have 20. The same ratio. Just different figures. But then, new states will bring new capitals. Lagos, Ikeja. Rivers, Port Harcourt. Which other capital is there? Akwa Ibom, Uyo. Cross River, Calabar. So if there are new states, that means you start hearing new things. New capitals. New institutions. Because every state will have university now. River State University of Science and Technology. RSUST. Enugu State University of Technology. ESUT. Abia State University. ABSU. So when the new states comes, they will also have their own IMSU, ASU, ONSU, and TUSU. Yes, indeed. It's a new state, so there will be new institutions. There will be creation of more jobs, yes, because these new institutions, or maybe existing ones that will now be renamed, would need more people, more infrastructure, faster development, which means we'll have more governors, more senators, but it will be a distribution. Because if a state, for example, is taken out of River State, what that means is you're going to have less senators, right? And the new states will now have an addition of, so there will be a way to balance it somehow. Local government areas will also be somehow fine-tuned. But what I can tell you is, regardless of the balance, it's going to cost the government more. And one of the many questions, can Nigeria afford the expanding cost of governance at a time where many states cannot manage themselves? Till tomorrow, there are complaints about implementation of minimum wage with the existing states. Till tomorrow, the primary channel of survival for states is monthly allocation. That means if daddy does not send money from Abuja, firstborn, secondborn, and lastborn in different states will not survive. Many states in Nigeria are not self-sufficient. Many states in Nigeria cannot run their own affairs financially. They are not physically responsible. Fiscally, not physically. From the taxes raised in the states, the internally generated revenue, possibly the investment and business channels that they have hopefully opened or claim to have opened, but it's the money. They cannot pay their own workers. They cannot run the affairs of the state. Abuja must send something. So if this is the case with the existing states, why do you want to add another 6? And again, I'm looking at it from different parts, right? On one end, this will be opportunities for development to get closer to the people. Because what will happen is communities will now become closer to governments. A community, a town will become the new capital. And you know how it is. Most capitals are the most developed parts of the entire state. Local government will be closer. And there are pros, there are advantages. Also, there's the argument that the last time states were created was in the military under Abacha. I still remember that time. I remember because of the personal difficulty I had. We used to have 30 states. And if you remember how education was at the time, every day in school, we recite 30 states and capital. So we went to school, and then they said we now have 36, and we now have to start adding Akwa Ibom, I think Gombe, Bayelsa. Yes, Bayelsa was one of those states, if I'm not mistaken. The state and capital was not sounding the same again. I remember it took me a long time to learn the new states and capital. Then I struggled. The same way some people are still struggling with the new national anthem till tomorrow. State and capital, Abia, Umaya. Before you know, in one new state I enter, I say, oh, what is all this? Abacha, who sent you this thing? So I remember. It was Abacha that took it from 30 to 36. So some will say, well, we need another new creation of state that is in the civilian government, a democratic. The last time it was military. These are conversations that need to happen. There are points on every side. But my question is simple. Matter of fact, my series of questions. Number 1, do you think we need more states in the country? Do you think, regardless of where it's coming out from, whether it's northwest, southeast, south, north central, do you think Nigeria needs more states to its existing 36? Number 2, and you have to answer this personally, can a state be carved out of your state? Now, I can tell you for free because I've traveled to those parts of the country, explored. You see, Niger State, you can remove 2 or 3 states from that Niger State. That state is a country of its own. It's too big. So if we say, let's remove from Niger, you can get 2. And Niger will not even know that they removed something from his body. But if we now come to your own state now, so yeah, where's the knife? Let's now cut. Where's your map? Let's cut from this side. Will you have anything remaining? And finally, is fairness about equal number of states? If every region in Nigeria, now remember we have 6 geopolitical regions. We have northwest, northeast, and north central. That's the north. We have southwest, southeast, and south-south. Those are the 6 regions. If every region had equal number of states, would that represent fairness and equity? These are the questions I need answers to. Now remember the questions. Number 1, do we need more states in the country? Number 2, can your state carve out another state? If you remove something from your state, will it reach? And 3, is fairness about equal number of states? 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp is 080 903 0416. Remember also, yes, I almost forgot. The lawmakers say it is 1 state per region. So the whole South is only 1 state. Meanwhile, there have been proposals for about 4 or 5 or 6 states from the South. So which one will we take? And which one are we going to leave? Southeast, I know that I know of 2 states they are proposing from there. So that means we have to take only 1. Ned Nwoko, a senator from Delta, has been pushing Anioma for a very long time. I don't know where that state will enter, whether it's south or southeast. There's one other southern senator that has been pushing for 1 state as well. So all of these, how do we decide which one to pick? Emeka calls from Owerri. Hello, Emeka.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Good evening.
Oracle, to answer your question direct, for me, Emeka speaking, I don't think we need more states.
Okay.
But if it's based on this present structure we have in Nigeria today, we need more states. But if you want to go the other way, for my own thinking, want to restructure the nation in the way Nigeria will deal with truth and fact. Let us have either you call it a regional system or even state independent, 100% independent of the state, that they will produce no more in Abuja to collect whatever they are collecting every 4 weeks. Develop at your pace. Bring out whatever you have as a resource in your state. Develop at your pace. If you want to pay little token, maybe less than 10% Abuja, and you control your state, have your state security. Just this what I will, this is what I will support. But if the present structure we have today, we need more states. The secondly, Mr. Oracle, if you have a 50 states in every region, and one particular region has 7 states, and you want to add Southeast has been crying for 5 states, and you want to add another state to each region, which is about 6 states. Have you done justice to the Southeast cry in 1990s? I think the answer is no. If you want to do that way, what you should do is giving other region one state and give Southeast 2 states.
Okay.
If you want to balance the vote, you want to balance that balance it. Because you cannot give Southeast 1 state, making those 2 states, and give other people that has 6 and 7, 7 states to the other one to 8 states. So I don't think there's a balance there.
Okay, thank you. With all this additional state, hope you are not touching boundary. Because now when they add one to Southeast now, Piam, they will not collect Bielsa, say, Bread calls from GRA. Good evening.
Oracle.
Good evening.
Good afternoon. Yeah, evening.
Yeah.
Oracle. Does it mean that our National Assembly members don't really know what they are doing? We are Southeast as 5 states, and some other geopolitical zone has about 6, 7. And you say you are creating one to each geopolitical zone, so that every state, every zone will have equal states. How does that going to work out? Where one is having 5, you are giving him 1 again, which is 6. The other one is having 6 already, you are giving him 1 to make it 7. I don't really understand their arithmetic. And also, I think place like River State need even more than 1 state.
Huh.
Yes, River State need more than 1 state. If you look at the Orashi alone, is more than 1 state. So for them to create that 1 state, I don't know whether they will put it inside River State or Bayelsa or Akwa Ibom or Delta or Rivers, because all these states need states. They absolutely, and all these south geopolitical zones, they are all viable.
Okay.
It's not like some states that has nothing to put on the table.
All right,
so
Braid.
Look at our area, we have a lot to put on the table. So for me, instead of creating more states, we should be able to go into resource control.
Thank you very much, Braid. I'm at the point of a break. After that, we talk some more. Stay with us. Back is Hard Facts, 92.3 Nigeria Info. Sam Chinedu here. We're talking state creation as recommended by the National Assembly. The Assembly has recommended the creation of 6 new states, 1 in each geopolitical zone, raising the total from 36 to 42. The move aims to balance regional representation, especially in the southeast, which currently has fewer states than other regions. Critics warn it may spark disagreement over which communities get new states, citing proposals like Anioma and Etiti. While supporters say the additional states will promote fairness, development, and equity, lawmakers stress that local consultation is essential before decisions are made. Now, before the break, I broke down the pros and cons, the different perspectives to this conversation. But my questions are, do you think we need more states in the country? Can a state be carved out of your state as it is now? Can we take something out of it? And is fairness about equal number of states? If all the geopolitical zones have equal number of states, would you consider that equity? 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06416. Please turn off your radio as you call. Good evening, Sam. A state should be created from Eche local government. Well, what I've heard about the Eche forest, you just might be onto something. I went to Eche for a wedding last Saturday. Eche is actually a continent. Don Dada from Umebil. Well, you know, Eche might have its fair share of landmass, but this one you are already calling it a continent. What's the problem? Don Dada says on WhatsApp, for me, what we need is at least 3 countries. State will not be of help to our problem. Jackson from Iba. Jackson, you go nowhere. We are all here. Sam, Nigeria does not need the creation of more states, but impactful leadership that's felt by the people. Ibim says on WhatsApp, why Southeast is only 5 states? Because of perpetual minority members in the upper and lower house. Onyenucheya Steven says, okay. Let's take some calls. Clinton calls from Bori. Hello, Clinton. Good evening.
Samarako, good evening.
Good evening.
The problem is not the creation of more states. The states to be created, do they have the viability to self-sustain? Because we have been in this country where states have been getting bailouts from the federal government. States don't generate. So I think that if we are creating a state, the state should be viable to self-sustain. Again, I am from Ogoni in River State. We have the resources here. Ogoni State can be created and we will self-sustain ourselves. We will be making that argument.
Clinton, I don't understand. In one breath, you say we don't need more state. Now you're saying Ogoni can pick a struggle, Clinton. Stay one place. Let's know how to reach you.
Some get me right. I didn't say that question is bad. I think, look at your question. Do they have the viability to self-sustain the resources?
Okay.
Do they have the mineral resources to actually provide for the needs of the state and not depend on the federal government? Ogoni here, we have those resources. We can sustain ourselves. So we have the viability to become a state. We have what it takes. We have the land.
Okay.
We have the resources.
Okay.
So we have made the boat play for that.
All right, Clinton. When they come and ask me, I'll recommend Ogoni just because of you, so that we see what we can do. Thank you, Clinton. Wala from Oyibo. Hello, Wala.
Good evening.
Good evening.
They started by saying more especially in Southeast for balance and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you add up one state, that is the 6 states across geopolitical seas, then Southeast also remain unbalanced. And how does that make sense to them? Are they supposed to talk about creating more states for balance or reducing states from geopolitical zones that have more states to make it balanced? Why don't they go straight to add 1 state only for Southeast to make it balanced across East, South, and Southeast?
Wala, wait. Sorry. I want to be sure I heard you. Did you say reducing state?
Hey, first they are talking about balance. They're supposed to reduce those states that are more numerous than.
So how will you wait?
And then add one state to southeast.
Wala, wait now, wait. Wala, hold on. So how do you reduce a state? You merge two states together. What happened to the two governors?
The other will just remain now. You understand me?
I don't understand.
Anyway, we are talking about cost of governance. Don't you think that will also increase cost of governance, considering what senators and the governors are earning on every month? By the way, once again, if we go by that, a state in the United States of America is equal to a whole nation like Nigeria. But yet they only have 50 states, which means if United States and Nigeria are like a nation like Nigeria, it means that they will have more than 100 and something states. Why is it that our leaders, rather than them to talk of how to create job opportunities and the infrastructure that will bring development to the societies where our youth will be employed, they are talking about creating states to make cost of governance higher.
Okay.
When we were regional government, things were better.
Thank you very much, Wala. Well, if you're talking about states in the US being bigger than countries, yes, indeed, there are lots of them. The GDP of California alone, of course, what comes from Silicon Valley, Texas, New York, those states have more money than many countries, obviously, because of the business environment. Chinedu calls from Port Harcourt. I've lost that call. Call back if you can. Remember the conversation, more importantly, the questions. The National Assembly is proposing the creation of 6 new states, 1 per region. And I'm asking, if we need new states in the country, can a state be carved out of your state? And is fairness defined by equality? That means equal number of states for every region. Those are the questions. It's only in Nigeria that for you to solve a problem, you create more problems. Instead of making the states equal, they are maintaining the gap. Effort in futility, Ezekiel Isaiah says. Sunday says, for fairness and justice, the Southeast should have 2 states created out of it. If real justice needs to be done, let the Southeast have 2 new states. That's Pastor Sunday from Rumi Ibu. The next comment reads, Sam, creation of states are necessary. River State deserves another state to be created. This is because we have enough resources to take care. Let each of the regions have equal states to balance the fairness. High Comrade Lebari Akekwe from Bori says. Good evening, Sam. What difference does it make? So long they propose it, they will go ahead and announce it. So we should not waste our time discussing it. No, we need to. These conversations are geared towards development. And if you remember, from the not so distant past, the president had approved a pardon list of over 100 and something people. It was because of the discussions around it, mainly backlash, but they were discussions, that the president took back the list. So whether or not you agree, these discussions are important. And the body language of the citizens go a long way in telling leadership if they'll have a soft landing. Daniel from Imogate. Hello, Daniel.
Good evening, Samarako.
Good evening.
Chinke Daniel Imogate in Ozako.
All right, go ahead.
My brother, we are talking about how to reduce the cost of governance. And when 6 more states is added to the one that we have now, mathematicians, please tell me. And that is governors. How many governors? Deputy governors? State House of Assemblies? And what of it is that these new capitals they will develop, again, they will, for what we are seeing now, they will like to have their own airport. I could remember in those days where even like where they go to Enugu. Today, all the states want to have their own. My question is, how does this thing, what effect has it on ordinary people? State assembly, all this, all that. Hey, Nigeria,
right, Daniel, thank you very much. Obed from GRA. Hello, Obed.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Mr. Sam, I think I listened to one of the comments you read when the guy says it's in Nigeria where if you want to solve problems, you will add more, you compound the problem more. According to your arithmetic that you give out there, you said, according to what they said, well, it was for equal right or whatever.
For balance.
Yeah, to balance. Mr. Sam, I see. You know, when you read out that equal balance, I was thinking. I say, how is this balancing? You understand? Are they creating two states from the southeast? Then we know that they are balanced. Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Sam. I think if they are serious on this, it's just to ask. They have 5 states to make them 6. That's all. We are good to go. You understand? Then the question you ask, if creating more states will guarantee, is it, what's it called, marginalization or whatever?
Fairness, equity.
Mr. Sam, yes, I still stand and will say that the only people I see that are marginalized are those that...
Hello? Ha. Why would the call end at this point? Those that what? Obed? Obed? No, I won't let you go. Obed, come back. Obed! Oh, no. Oh, my. How convenient. Okay. I had to let Obed go. Uche calls from NTA. Hello, Uche.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm Uche calling from NTA. What I want to say is this. This creation of states drives development. I know it very well. Can you just look at how would Nigeria have been? How would it have developed if we still had 12 states or even 19 states by this time? So the more you create the states, the more the resources that will get to all nooks and crannies of the country. Because as it is now, there is even enough money, as the president has removed subsidy in so many ways. So most of the governors don't even know what to do with the money. They will only steal it, allegedly.
Uche, wait. Uche, wait. Governors don't know what to do with money. Are you sure?
Okay, that's the way we put it. But if not, why do we make so many suggestions? At the end of the day, they don't do anything. Look at the new minimum wage. Most of them have not even started paying it. Some are paying, they are not paying well. But what I'm saying is that if we have more number of states, and this money is shared according to number of states, you will see that most of the places that could have been interland to the seat of power of the state will be developed. That's number one. Then number two, Southeast should be given equal number of states. That is what we call equal right and justice. Because as the money is being shared from FAC, why will you give less to a place than the other place, like some have 6, some have 7? And another thing is that the anomaly that this man is being proposed in it is not the right thing, because it's not in the Southeast. So the Southeast should have equal number of states like every other zone, so that development will be going on. You know, that's the way I see it. So,
all right, thank you.
With that.
Thank you very much, Uche. I agree that creation of states drives development, right? Because, let's be honest, you have more states, you have more capitals, you have more reps, state houses of assembly, local government councils, right? There's a lot that will bring development closer to the people. But that is an ideal setting where there is financial responsibility. If we are able to manage and multiply our money, if the existing states have shown that with the available resources, they can make something out of it. The economy is booming. There are factories, robust industries, and the state is doing well. Then you can say, let's create more states. Because with what those on ground have done, we know the new ones will do better. And we can self-sustain. There's one state I can't remember, maybe Cross River, that was exporting pineapples. And they were making money. You see, the thing is, I don't know if our governors do not just decide to think about the business potentials of their state. And away from taxes, tax is like the gift that you get from the law, because tax is law, right? The Economic Council meetings that happen across the country at state and federal level, what do they discuss? What conversations do they have? I would really like to know. So if they have judiciously deployed their resources, invested in people, in projects, and the state has something to show for it, the region is booming, you can now say, okay, well, we're doing so well. Let's now remove one state that would drive development even further down to the common man. But the states on ground now are telling you that they cannot pay salaries. They cannot pay minimum wage. That if Abuja just wakes up and says, you know what, the way it's doing us, we can't really send allocation for 2 months, there will be problem. So is it in the best interest of the country at this time, while it might drive development, to create more states? Also, remember, in case you're trying to forget, the country itself, that's the Abuja that sends you allocation, normally borrows to fund its budget. If there's an appropriation bill, oh, this is the number of trillions we need for 2026. If we get this money, we can run the country well. Immediately after it's been approved, then the leaders will now say, okay, how far, where do we borrow money to make it up? That's how we are living in this country. We always get the money to borrow because, the people giving us know that we can pay back. Not that we will pay back, but we can. Somebody called the show, not recently, a couple of years ago, but it was still here on Nigerian Info. I can't remember the program I was hosting, but I remember that I received that call. And the person said Nigeria is like a man who has work in an oil company, which means he earns well, but he has a drinking problem. So the person has a potential to make money, but they don't know how to manage it. They have a habit that keeps messing up their finances. So money is coming. They are paying the person in millions, but the person is always squandering it. So they're always poor, even though they are rich. And I couldn't forget that analogy that day. Favor calls from Port Harcourt. I've lost that call. Robin from HA.
Yes, thank you, Oracle, once again.
Good evening.
Yes. Do you know that as we speak, the federal government of Nigeria, led by President Bola Ahmed Chinedu, is yet to dispense with 2024 budget? Are you not aware? They are very struggling with 2025 budget, which are just started by this October. Are you not aware? Bring meat now for Amazon. Creation of the state now for this oil and gas here, for my backyard here. Nothing more. The gold and diamond and the nuts are being harvested by private people, and it goes into private pockets. Tell me when the federal government have announced how much they have made from solid mineral in this country. Creation of new states would have been a problem. But in this quagmire that the political bourgeois have kept us, we are going to run into more trouble. The president, we are told every day that there's more money in the state governor's hand. Why are they borrowing every week? Every 3 days, National Assembly approved budget for the president. Where is the money? East West Road, no way. Nothing. Nigeria Super Eagles played yesterday. The whole Nigeria 33 states, including Abuja. No stadium that can host FIFA approved match apart from Akwa Ibom. You are telling me what to create states. Meanwhile, the ministers go on convoys. It's unfortunate. But one day, not too long, there will be a statement. Thank you.
Okay, I'm not quite sure if Robin was reciting poetry or contributing on radio. There were too many rhymes there. Thank you very much, Robin. But I think I particularly love the quote, bring meat, nafanama body. Hi. Where do you guys get these punchlines? There's just something traditionally intelligent, right? You can almost tell it's a quote that came from a village. One uncle like that always drinks palm wine. If you ask him, he will just say, "Pia," you just drop one. You say, "Oh, Uncle Chekube, you have come again." Well, I'm definitely using that one. Let me write it down. Bring meat, na for nama body. The problem now is I don't know the situation to use it. Bring meat. I'm writing it down so I don't forget it. Bring meat. Na for nama body. The problem with this quote again is that you can't say it in English. You have to say it in Pidgin. That's that nama side. Because if you want to now grammatically refine it, you will lose. Bring meat is in the cow's. Okay. Nama body. Let's work with that. Thank you, Robin, for this quote. I'll use that at our next meeting here at the office. Sam, what are your thoughts on the situation of the country? Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First, I'd like to start by saying, bring meat, na for nama body. We as a nation, I say, hold on, Sam, what's that? I say, you won't understand. I'm wiser. Thanks to Uncle Chekube. Sam, we need more states. The ones where we get, is this an invitation to speak Pidgin? Which usefulness them they do to us? Rather, governors are not utilizing or harnessing our resources judiciously. Rather, what we see is looting spree. It's high time we stop this spoon feeding the federal government of Nigeria feeds the state monthly, called statutory allocation. I call it beautiful nonsense. Money accrued to every state, internally generated revenue, monthly statutory allocation, security vote, 13% derivation, international grant, etc. What are these funds used for? Clinton, Mr. Fresh from Port Harcourt. Sam, my name is Wichie Glorious from Rumo Chakra Choba. My opinion, Nigeria should consider creating additional states in regions such as River State, where language barriers hinder effective governance and community representation. Carefully planned state creation could promote inclusivity, improve administration, and ensure that all communities are adequately represented. With language barrier as an issue, miscommunication is often common. Language barrier in River State? Okay. Good evening, Sam. The National Assembly recommended new 6 states. For me, there's nothing wrong with more states in Nigeria, provided the new states are viable and make out internal generated revenue. Apologies for that. To support the state, Juanita Clinton West says. Nama body is better, my brother. Yes, I know it's better. I know. It is better. Unfairness. Equal number of states does not amount to equity. This is because several factors like viability must be put into consideration to arrive at the decision. Good evening, Sam. Good evening to you too, Otis from Port Harcourt. The problem of Nigeria should not be the creation of more states, but making the ones we have viable, because our government are using our resources well. There would not be any call for state creation. Okay? Waike Odinaka says, Oracle, there's need to create more states because it drives development to hinterlands where nothing could have happened, probably because they are from the seats of power. 2, as the share of the national cake, which is the allocation fact, has increased due to removal of subsidy, so will the resources reach all the nooks and crannies of the country. Most governors just don't know what to do with the excess fund, and creating equal number of states in every geopolitical zone is the way to go. Well, that's as far as I can go. What better way to sign out than with the quote that we're given, blessed, bestowed with on the show. So if you're ready, I'm ready as well. Let's say it together. Bring meat, bring meat. What? Nah, for nama body. Thank you.